Welcome to Sports Vibes on Inception FM, where passion meets the game, bringing you the hottest headlines, behind-the-scenes drama, and unfiltered analysis from the world of sports. From football fields to cricket pitches, NBA courts to Olympic dreams. If it moves, we talk about it. This is your one-stop zone for real talk, real fans, and real vibes. Let's kick off.
Knicks coaching search heats up. Mike Brown, Don Staley, and more in the mix. What's good, New York? You're locked in with Sports Vibes on Inception FM. I'm your host, Emerald Green, and today we're diving straight into the heart of the Knicks offseason. And yeah, it's already heating up. After a roller coaster of a season, Leon Rose and the Knicks front office decided to move on from head coach Tom Thibodeau. And let's be real, that move was coming. Despite some postseason highs during his time here, the Knicks plateaued. The message got stale, and the locker room energy just wasn't the same. But now, the search is on. And yo, it's serious. Let's break it down. Why Thibs had to go. Let's give Thibs his flowers. He restored pride to the franchise, brought defense back to the Garden, and got the Knicks into the playoffs. But in the end, the game passed him by. Thibodeau gave the Knicks defensive identity and helped bring them back to the playoffs, and for that, he deserves credit. But the modern NBA is about adaptability, spacing, communication, and, above all, relationships with star players. And Thibs, let's just say his voice got old in that locker room. When your top guys are playing 40-plus minutes a night and breaking down by April, it doesn't matter how good your schemes are. It's not sustainable. That's why the Knicks had to reset. And this coaching search? It's reflecting a new kind of energy. Younger, more dynamic minds, a focus on modern systems, and a willingness to embrace change. Mike Brown rising. Now, let's talk about the name that's making waves early, Mike Brown. Per reports from SNY's Ian Begley, Brown garnered support from the Knicks brass after a very positive interview. Word is, he made a strong impression, not just with X's and O's, but with his leadership philosophy. Brown's resume is solid. He was named Coach of the Year in 2023 after leading the Kings to their first playoff appearance since 2006. That's no small feat. He brought a level of discipline and cohesion to a franchise that had been in chaos for over a decade. Yes, the Kings let him go this past season after a 13-18 start. But honestly, that might say more about Sacramento than Brown, because the guy can coach. And more importantly, he can communicate. And that's what the Knicks need, someone who can relate to both the veterans and the young guys. Don Staley, the wild card? Here's where things get real interesting. According to some league insiders, Don Staley, yeah, you heard that right, has also been floated as a serious name in this conversation. Now, before you say, she's never coached in the NBA, hear me out. Staley is one of the most respected basketball minds in the world. Multiple NCAA titles, Olympic golds, and the respect of every player she's ever coached. She's tough, she's strategic, and she commands a room. If the Knicks are serious about a cultural reset, someone who demands buy-in, holds stars accountable, and brings a fresh perspective, then Staley might be more than just a headline grab. Could she be the first woman to lead an NBA team? Maybe. Would it be bold? Absolutely. But maybe bold is exactly what this team needs. The other contenders. So we've talked about Mike Brown and Don Staley, but what about the rest of the field? Let's go rapid fire. 1. James Borrego, currently an assistant with the Pelicans. Former Hornets head coach from 2018 to 2022, known for player development and offensive flow. Think of him as a guy who could unlock a more dynamic offense for this squad. Weakness? His teams weren't exactly defensive juggernauts. 2. Taylor Jenkins. Just let go by Memphis, which was kind of a surprise. Jenkins had the Grizzlies playing hard every night and even made the conference semis in 2022. The dude knows how to develop young talent. Just ask Ja Morant. He also had an impressive interview, per The Athletic. 3. Micah Nori. Now, here's the wild card. Nori has never been an NBA head coach, but he's been around. Nearly 20 years as an assistant. Most recently, the lead assistant in Minnesota, helping them reach back-to-back Western Conference Finals. That's big-time experience. Even if he's never held the clipboard solo, he's known as a locker room connector, the kind of guy players love. But he'll need to sell the Knicks on his leadership vision, because stepping into New York as a first-time head coach, That's a whole different beast. What's next? So where do the Knicks go from here? Honestly, it depends on what they want to be. If they want a seasoned, steady hand with playoff pedigree and the respect of the room, Mike Brown feels like the front runner. If they want to swing for the fences and make NBA history, Don Staley could be a generational hire. If they're aiming for innovation and upside, Jenkins or Norrie might be the fresh voice they're looking for. And if it's about balance, someone who's coached before but still hungry, Borrego makes a ton of sense. But one thing's clear, this hire is crucial. The Knicks are no longer a rebuilding team. They're in win-now mode. And the right coach could be the difference between a second-round exit and a real Eastern Conference push. So Knicks fans, how we feeling? Is this finally the moment we get a modern coach who gets the city, understands the players, and brings us into 2025 with a new identity? Or are we about to make another safe hire that doesn't move the needle? My advice to the front office? Don't play scared. You've got a young core, momentum, and an impatient fan base that just wants a shot at greatness. Choose bold, choose vision, choose someone who can build a culture, not just run a system. That's it for today's Sports Vibes on Inception FM. Whether it's Mike Brown, Don Staley, or someone else, one thing's for sure. The next Knicks coach better be ready for the bright lights of MSG, Stephen A. Smith's mouth, and the New York media. We'll be back next week with more vibes, more heat, and more truth. Until then, keep it locked, stay vibin', and keep believing in the orange and blue.
That's a wrap for today's Sports Vibes. Thanks for vibing with us on Inception FM. Whether you're catching us on the drive, in the gym, or from the bleachers, remember, the game never stops, and neither do we. Stay locked in, stay passionate, and we'll catch you on the next play. Until then, peace, power, and plenty of vibes.
This show is a production of IQ Inc. Marketing. If you would like to advertise your product or service on this show to the U.S. and Caribbean markets and through our multicultural publications in New York, please call 866-435-3286 or send an email to info@myiqinc.com.